now, how do you make people healthy in America? Well, one tip from Congress is to add on layers and layers of paperwork to any business transaction that exceeds $600. What exactly does that have to do with health care, Mr. President? Tell me out. Help me out here. I guess it could give more people heart attacks so you could open up a few beds because we are going to start rationing. Not my words, your administrator's words. But I'm speculating. I have no idea why that would be in the health care bill, but it is. One of the highest profile targets of this bizarre regulation is the gold industry, aka your pathway to acquire anything of value as they fillet our currency. Well, now when you talk about the evil practice of purchasing valuable metals by choice, you do have to talk about wieners. And the biggest wiener I know is Congressman Anthony Weiner, who is always on the job to make sure that you don't mistakenly spend your money the way you want to, because you might be stupid. In the non-story of all non-stories, ABC interviewed Weiner about Goldline. Full disclosure here, it is a company that I proudly have as a sponsor of my radio show, and among other companies, runs commercials on this network and many, many others. Weiner's ridiculous claim was that Goldline was trying to create fear, claiming the government has confiscated gold in the past in tough economic times. Here's Captain Weiner himself.
It is absolutely not true that the government has any power to come confiscate your gold or confiscate your currency, but that fear is profound.
Absolutely untrue. By the way, my apologies. I was told in my earpiece he's not a captain, he's a congressman of all the Weiner clan. Here it is. Weiner, as he tends to do, isn't telling you the truth. Let's start with the past. This is FDR and his work in the appropriately titled Act to Provide Relief in the Existing National Emergency in Banking and for Other Purposes. I love that. Government was so much better when they just told you the truth. Hey, here's a bill. We're going to screw you. Here we are. We're talking about the president taking your gold for a banking crisis or other purposes. Quoting here, all persons are hereby required to deliver on or before May 1st, 1933, to a Federal Reserve Bank all gold coin, gold bullion, gold certificates now owned by them or coming into ownership on or before April 28th, 1933. Wow. Seems pretty ambiguous, I know. I can't figure that one out. Maybe Captain Weiner will fly in with his cape. Captain Weiner, here to save you. There's a couple of exceptions, like small amounts of gold for art, collectibles, or mining. But what about, a new gold coin that you might come in possession of? Any person becoming the owner of any gold coin, gold bullion, or gold certificates after April 28th shall, within 3 days after receipt thereof, deliver the same in the same manner prescribed in Section 2. Oh, so you have 3 whole days to turn it over before you're violating the presidential orders. That's great. But what could they possibly do to you if you were caught with a gold coin? Well, nothing serious, right, Captain Weiner? Whoever willfully violates any provision of this executive order may be fined not more than $10,000. If a natural person may be imprisoned for not more than 10 years or both. Wow, 10 years, 10K. Oh, and you thought they were serious. By the way, $10,000 in 1933 is over $167,000 in today's money. And this was all done essentially with a flick of the wrist of the President of the United States. Perhaps Weiner had had a brain aneurysm and there's something seriously wrong with him in the old noggin. Or he's just blowing off the possibility that the government could get power hungry and start changing laws again. I'll let you figure out if you want to take the risk on a brain aneurysm, a lie, or... But thinking about that little $600 paperwork present we've been hiding now in the bill that was supposed to be a deal with health care, I think I'm going to stay safe as possible. The government is trying to clamp down on the gold industry for a couple of reasons. This particular company is being targeted because they don't like my voice and advertising supporting my voice. Sucks to be me. You know what? I'll still have my voice if you put me out of business. I'm going to go to parks. I'll go door to door. I will. Don't try me. Trying to shut me up, however, is just a side benefit for them. They see what is coming, and they cannot have you prepared for it. They need your money in the system, not in treasury bills, not invested. No, not with gold coins hedging against their awful policies. So your fate will be in their hands, exactly where they want you. Right here. Oh, I'll take care of you, little one. If you get any message from this show or from reading our founding fathers, get this message now. You must be self-sufficient. Please get that message. Shirley Sherrod. Now what's coming next? My prediction? A greeting at the White House, a big forgiveness hug, and maybe a speech. I've been trying to make sense of this Shirley Sherrod story all week. It's amazing what people are saying about this network and me. It's amazing. Shirley Sherrod, USDA official forced to resign after she related a story of racism from her past. She was told to resign immediately on Monday, even though she was driving home at the time. Watch.
Well, Shirley, they want you to pull over to the side of the road and do it. Because you're going to be on Glenn Beck tonight.
That was on the 20th. She was talking about the afternoon of the 19th. She wasn't on that night. I didn't have her booked. I never even mentioned the story that night. When we finally did address it on this program, I took her side. Unlike what the New York Times said today, I only took her side after the transcript was available. No, I asked for the transcript to be released and people be allowed to see it. The rush to judgment on Shirley Sherrod came from the White House. But that's not who's being blamed. Apparently, it's Fox News' fault for reporting that the tape was available. Showing it. In fact, by the time that Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, and Greta aired Monday night, she had already been fired by the asked to resign by the White House. Ms. Sherrod, by the way, has not been on Fox News. How many times have we called and offered? We did it for radio and television, did we not?
4 times.
4 times. 4 times. She doesn't want to be on this program. I supported her. But she did offer this insight. When you look at their reporting, this is just another way of seeing that they are racist. But I have seen that before now. I saw their reporting as biased during the Bush administration and the Clinton administration. Someone needs to be the show of record here, so it, I guess, will be me. This is important. Let's take a look at something I like to call the facts, because something's wrong. The timeline of this story. Gang, make no mistake. This is about power and control of the media. That's all this is. Sherrod gives a speech to the NAACP March 27th in the evening in Douglas, Georgia. Well, what's next? Breitbart is first contacted regarding the video in early April. Now here we are in July. I'd like to know who contacted Breitbart. Who released this video to Breitbart? July 19th, Breitbart posts the video of Sherrod. Why? Because of the Tea Party comments. Notice he had it in April. He releases it here because of the NAACP and their attack on the Tea Party. He posts the video of Sherrod. That's July 19th at 8:18 a.m. Same day, Sherrod gets 3 calls saying the White House is asking for her resignation because, remember, she's going to be on my show. She was not on my show, nor did I mention that. At 5 p.m. that day, I never talked about this. I never played the tape at 5 p.m. But the White House had already asked for her resignation by the time I was on the air. So I didn't talk about it. Fox News reports on the video. 8:49 p.m. She had already been fired by the White House. O'Reilly first reports on the Sherrod video. The first Fox report came after she had already resigned. How did Fox dupe the White House into firing her when we hadn't aired it? The little hapless, innocent American government. Seriously? Is this the narrative we're supposed to swallow here?